The following program is made possible by a grant from Pan American Life Insurance Company. It's Varsity Quiz Bowl. And today, Rene Dupree, Lynn Lamier, Susan White, and David Brown from Riverdale High School will meet in a battle of quick recall. Jean Andre, Ford Mayhew, Ricky Leon, and Bert Vertigetz from Ecole Classique. The alternate from Riverdale is Margaret Davies, and the coach, Patricia Druin. And the alternate from McCall is Troy Saporito, and the coach, Cheryl Welch. And now, here's our moderator, Mel Levitt.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and welcome once again to Varsity Quiz Bowl. This is the round of 16, and of course, the winner here today will advance automatically to the next round, the quarterfinal round, to play tomorrow's winner. Before we begin, let me introduce our judge, Dr. Ann Akers. Our scorer is Phyllis Hartley, Associate Director of Records at the University of New Orleans. And our recognizer, Mr. Cliff Beal, communications student at Loyola and an intern here at WYS. Let's give him a round of applause. And then we shall get underway. All right, everybody, here we go. Somebody going to wind up in the quarterfinals. We got a face-off. We're looking forward now to a lanyap of 20 points. For 10 points, tell me, what present Eastern European country was originally proclaimed Kingdom of the Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes under the regency of Peter I of Serbia? What present European country, which incorporated all these elements?
Mayhew.
Czechoslovakia?
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. Riverdale, can you take it? Anyone?
Riverdale, Brown.
Poland?
No, it's Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia. All right, we got another face-off coming right after it for a quick 10 points. What one word is both the name of the drink of the Greek gods and the name of the sweet fluid used
Riverdale, Dupree.
Ambrosia.
No, I'm afraid that's incorrect. We'll repeat now. It's
Ecole Classique, Andre.
Nectar.
You got it, nectar. You're on the board. Also, the sweet fluid, I was going to say, that's used to attract insects for pollination. It is nectar. You have 10 points, Ecole. And here is your lanyap. This is going to be an audio question. So first off, I'd like you to listen to this musical selection. And then we're going to ask you 4 questions. Listen. You've heard the selection, a part of it, that is. For 5 points each now, tell me, what is the name of the sweet from which this selection was taken?
Nutcracker sweet?
That's correct. You hear it every Christmas, if not otherwise. What's the name of the dance from which you heard an excerpt here?
Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies?
That's correct for 5 more. Now, for 5 more points, who wrote it?
Tchaikovsky.
Correct. And for a final 5 and a total of 20, name the Walt Disney film in which it was featured. You remember?
Fantasia.
You've got them all. That's 20 points for Ecole Classique. We have another face-off. We're going for a lanyap at 20 now, teams. In 1870, a German archaeologist proved that the city of Troy was more than a mere myth and had been reality. For 10 points, name this archaeologist.
Ecole Classique, Mayhew.
Schliemann?
Would you...
Schliemann? Heinrich Schliemann?
We'll have to ask you to spell it here. We're dealing with a...
S-C-H-E-I-L-M-A-N?
No, I'm afraid we can't accept that. Judge, is that... Well, we had an extra letter added to it. We're going to turn it over to Riverdale High School. Anyone? It's Heinrich Schliemann, S-C-H-L-I-E-M-A-N-N. I'm sorry it's so close, but you added an extra L. We have another face-off. Julius Caesar said, "Jacta alia est," the die is cast, when he crossed the Rubicon River. For 10 points, what president of the United States is reputed to have said, "Walk softly and carry a big stick"?
Ecole Classique, Mayhew.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Correct, and you got 10 points. No nonsense about spelling on that one. Here we go with a lanyap of 20 points. The 45th Masters Golf Tournament was played last weekend in Augusta, Georgia, as you all probably know. For 10 points, name the golfer who won the tournament, and for another 10, name the 2 runners-up. 10 for the winner and 10 for the 2 runners-up. All right, we'll ask for an answer.
Okay, Tom Watson won it.
That's correct for 10. Now, there were 2 runners-up, and they were...
Nicholas and...
That's 5, and for 5 more, Johnny Miller was the other. You got 15 points. Hey, Cole. We have a face-off. We're going for a lanyap of 30. For a quick 10 points, name the popular show tune that fits this reworded version. Iberian pluvial outbursts are predominantly a phenomenon of the flatland.
Ecole Classique, Mayhew.
The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain.
All right, Judge, we're going to have a judgment on that. That's not the exact wording. We'd asked for the exact wording. Now, you're going to have to tell me, Judge, what I do with this.
Yeah, right.
Because he's got the rain falling. I think we're going to have to turn it over because it says exact wording, and we'll take it over to Riverdale.
Riverdale, Brown.
The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain.
That's the same. It's the same error. And look, we hate to be technical here, but we asked for exact. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain, or on the plain. This is what I have in my card, folks. So before you shoot me, that's what happened. All right, another face-off. We're going for a lanyap of 30 points. Match play is one of 2 types of play in golf. For 10 points, name the other. The other type besides match play is medal play. You don't see it very often, and that's why it's so unfamiliar. For a quick 10 points, what is the only number between 1 and 10 that has 2 syllables?
Ecole Classique, Mayhew.
7.
That's correct. It's the only one. Got 10 points. Here's a lanyap of 30. If you can name correctly this individual after the first clue, you'll earn 30 points. After 2 clues, 20 points. And after 3 clues, 10. All right. You have to go through all that rigmarole. Number 1, for 30 points, he was a depressed, middle-aged failure, nearly 40, before the Civil War pushed him into the way of greatness. Who was he for 30 points?
Brady.
Not much of a clue, but it might give you a hint.
Brady?
No, we'll try a second clue now for 20 points. A West Point graduate and a veteran of the Mexican War, he took to drink, resigned his commission, and tried his hand unsuccessfully at farming and business before returning to Illinois to work as a clerk in the family store.
Grant?
That's right, it was Ulysses S. Grant. And of course, once he turned it all around, he became a general and a president, in that order. Okay, you have picked up 20 points. We have another face-off, going for a lanyap of 30. This establishment, presently located in a building that was originally the first Spanish theater in the United States, has gained a reputation as one of the premier tourist attractions in New Orleans. Home of the Hurricane, it claims the largest volume
Ecole
of business.
Classique, Andre.
Pat O'Brien's?
That's right. That's the building. A lot of people don't know it. It was entertaining people a long time before they invented the Hurricane as a theater. 10 points you have, 30 more coming up if you can get all 3 points. Now, for 10 apiece, name the 3 kinds of livestock that can most easily live in arid lands or countries. Now, we're talking about massive livestock that is of importance to the community, not some esoteric animal that happens to come out of the bush and says, I like it here. Most esoteric animals don't talk, so they can't do that. But, okay, well, ask for an answer, please.
Sheep, goats, and cattle?
Sheep and goats are correct. The other is camels, which are of great importance to the community. However, you got 20 more points, Ecole Classique. Excuse me. On the buzzer. All right, you know what that means. We have a rapid fire coming up. I don't have to tell you that a score can change rapidly, as the title denotes, in this 2-minute round. I ask the questions as quickly as they're answered. If you answer correctly, it's 10 points. Incorrect answer, and it's a -5. No referrals, remember. Only 1 answer per question until the 2 minutes are up. Today's rapid fire is in cut time, and we'll have a hot time scoring a subject about which all of you are familiar, I would imagine. I'll supply the description or clue, and you tell me the name of the individual or group, musical, that is, that fits the definition. So you're going to hear nothing but definitions of musical groups and individuals that are contemporary, all right? Let's zero in our minds, and here we go. Number 1, the group whose LPs include Catching the Sun and Carnival. Catching the Sun and Carnival is Spyro Gyra. Number 2, Today was one of his popular vocals, although Country Roads is better known.
John Denver.
John Denver is correct for 10 points. His current album is Horizon. Horizon. Anyone recognize Eddie Rabbitt? One of his early albums was Tea for the Tillerman.
Ecole Classique Lyon.
Cat Stevens.
That's correct for 10 points. Tapestry was one of her well-known
Ecole
LPs.
Classique Mayhew.
Carole King.
Correct. This group from more than 10 years ago made Puff the Magic Dragon a hit.
Ecole Classique Lyon.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Correct again. One of her well-known albums was Boys in the Trees. Recognize it?
Riverdale Lamia.
Carly Simon.
That's correct for 10 points. You all know one of her greatest hits, Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
Riverdale
Their
Dupree.
greatest hit.
Paul Simon and Garfunkel.
That's right, Simon and Garfunkel, correct. He is known for many albums and songs, among them The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Remember that?
Riverdale White.
Gordon Lightfoot.
Correct for 10 points. The real name of the lead female vocalist in the group that released Eat to the Beat.
Ecole Classique Mayhew.
Deborah Harry.
Right. Her last hit was in 1969, but in 75 she released an underachieving album, her 59th original LP called Mirrors. Her 59th. Think of it, goes way back. Peggy Lee. His LP is One Man Dog, and he's married to Carly Simon.
Riverdale White.
James Taylor.
That's right. You all know his Book of Dreams, Book of Dreams.
Riverdale White.
Steve Miller.
That's right. This group did the appropriately named LP Tulu Street. Who did Tulu Street? It was the Doobie Brothers. The popular female vocalist who released Walk Away. Her name was Donna Summer, a relatively new group falling somewhere between California and Texas rock, including No More Lonely Nights, Shark, and Twist One Up. It's a little avant-garde. Blue Steel. 10 years ago, we would have all known her for Both Sides Now. Both Sides Now.
Riverdale Lamia.
Collins.
No, it's Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell. Okay, that was a mixed bag of modern, but I think maybe, if nothing else, it gave us all an idea, young and old, of how diverse the artists and the records are in this day and age. The buzzer says the first half's over. We're going to take a break. We'll be back. We're going to talk to the contestants. They're playing their third game, and I think you'll be interested in what they like to do in their spare time. So stick around, will you?
Egyptian hieroglyphs. This exquisite and elegant writing is the work of the scribes of ancient Egypt. In it, they set down centuries of thought and activity, preserving it for centuries more. Key to the Land of Silence. Next on Odyssey.
See it Saturday evening at 7 here on Channel 12.
We'll continue playing the second half in just a moment. Right now, we're going to pause for just a moment and talk to the different contestants about their pastimes, their hobbies, in effect, what they like to do in their spare time. We'll start with Renee.
I'm a member of Mu Alpha Theta, and I like most sports, but I'm into golf right now, and I like most music, but I'm learning the guitar right now and learning how to play it. And when I'm not doing that, I read.
Very good. You like an outdoor life as well as the classroom, huh?
Sure. She's not the only one.
Lynn, how about you?
Well, when I'm not in school, I usually spend my time getting ready for college. I was kind of looking over my catalogs and...
Yeah. Listen, we're kind of chuckling, but that's a smart thing to do, right? A lot of people get up to the senior year and they say, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? That's good, Lynn.
I still don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
No, I listen to a lot of, well, like Renee, to a lot of music.
Yeah.
New wave, punk, and good rock and roll. And I don't know, I just like to take it easy. Right now I have a headache. I can't take this anymore.
See, we get everything on this show, everything. How about you, David?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I've been torturing them with things to say. No, I throw boomerangs. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I jog. I'm pretty much a recluse, actually. I don't go to parties. I sit in my room a lot. I write weird stories.
Is time up? Before he goes a step further? I love your sense of humor. I love it in any young person, and you certainly have it in abundance on this show. Okay, Ecole. John, this is your third appearance here, isn't it?
Yes.
You only won 2 games. What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, I spend most of my spare time taking ballet classes, and I'm going to New York this summer to take ballet with the American Ballet Theater in July. And until then, I'm going to be getting ready for that. And also, I'm planning on taking some courses at Tulane.
Oh, that's marvelous. How long have you been taking ballet?
13 years.
Oh, you're serious. I'll bet she's good, huh, Ford? Well, you better say, huh? You're the captain. You want to keep this, you better say. How about you, Floyd? What you like to do?
Well, I spend most of my time, I'm employed part-time after school, so that takes up most of my afternoon time, but usually I like to go fishing, things like that, and work around with cars, engines, things like that.
Uh-huh. Get out in the outdoors.
Outdoors, yeah.
Well, that's a good balance for an academic. How about you, Ricky?
Well, my main hobby, I guess, would be, getting involved in plays and dramatic presentations. I'm doing Ecole's play right now, which is Ecole on Broadway. That'll be at Jesuit Auditorium. Tickets on sale now. And I'm a good juggler, too. A really good juggler.
I'll tell you, you got a lot of presence, too. I'm going to follow your career with great interest. Bert?
Well, I like to fish, and I like to go outside. I really don't do much. I'm sort of lazy.
We never had a lazy person on this panel, incidentally. They don't get on this if they're really, really lazy. Laid back, I think, is the term that's common today. How about it? Ecole Classique. Oh. All right. I believe we're now ready to move right on into the second half. Now, score stands 155 to 50, but games have turned around on Quiz Bowl in 10 to 12 minutes before, and they could again. So let's begin now with this visual face-off. We're leading up to a lanyap of 20 points. We want you to look first at the monitors here in front of you in the studio. There we go. You see a road sign that could be very useful, especially if you're driving in the mountains. For 10 points, what does it mean?
Ecole Classique, Mayhew.
Is it S-turn?
No, I'm afraid that's not the answer that we require. Riverdale.
Riverdale,
Anybody?
Lamia.
Winding road?
No, this is a specific term known as switchback. Switchback. All right, we'll go on to another face-off. I haven't driven any mountains lately, so I wouldn't know it from turn around and go home. Anyhow, another face-off. We're going for a lanyap at 20. This famous or infamous woman from the legends of the Trojan War was the wife of Menelaus. For 10 points, what was her name? What was it?
Ecole Classique.
Helen?
Helen is right. Helen of Troy. Picked up 10, have a chance at 20 more. The hot new movie cycle promises to be the sword and sorcery films, with the near simultaneous release of 2 versions of Arthurian legends. For 10 points apiece, can you name these films? I think both of them are in the theaters now.
Excalibur, and the other one's called Knight.
You can't delegate if you wish for it.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's Excalibur and Knight Riders.
You got them both. 20 points. Another face-off going for a lanyap at 20 points for a quick 10. Where would you look if you wanted to find the original of the following inscription? Proclaim liberty throughout all the land, unto all the...
Liberty Bell?
That's right, on the Liberty Bell itself. It is, as you obviously know, the inscription there on the bell in Independence Hall. We have a lanyap at 20 points. The Liffey or Liffey River flows through Dublin. For 5 points apiece, tell me the name of the river that flows through each of the following cities. Number 1, London. What flows through London?
Thames.
Thames.
That's correct. Rome.
Tiber.
That's right, the fair Tiber. Budapest. It is the Danube. And finally, Paris.
Seine.
Seine, that's correct. You get 3 of the 4. 15 points. I know it's flowing up here, but it sure is. Here we got another face-off. I'm sorry, folks, if I cough now and then. Please pardon me. I've got a very bad cold. We're leading now to a lanyap at 20 points. This policy, known by its French name, embraces the concept of allowing people to deal unhindered.
Riverdale, Lamia.
Laissez-faire.
That's correct. It is. Laissez-faire. And in a sense, literally, I think it means let them do as they please. Let the people do as they please. No restrictions. Go get the money. You can earn 5 points apiece now for correctly answering the following questions about Shakespearean drama. First, in A Midsummer Night's Dream, who is Oberon's wife?
Titania.
That's right, for 5. For 5 more, and Much Ado About Nothing. Benedict woos what woman? Benedict loves... It's Beatrice.
Beatrice.
All right, number 3. In what play would you expect to hear the line, double, double, toil and trouble, and so forth?
Macbeth.
That's right. And finally, in which play would you find Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
Hamlet.
That's right. You got 3 of the 4. 15 points. Riverdale. We have another face-off. We're going for a lanyap of 30 points, teams. Charles Darwin sailed with Captain Robert Fitzroy from 1831 to 1836 on a surveying voyage. For 10 points, what was the name of the ship on which...
Ecole Classique Mayhew.
HMS Beagle.
That's correct. It was the HMS Beagle. Mr. Brown was so anxious there, he did a tap dance on the table, trying to get in. Okay, you got it. Now here's 30 points of lanyap. Now remember, you can delegate if you wish, but of course you can counsel too. For 5 points apiece, listen to this, name any 6 chemical elements whose symbols start with the letter C. Now you got a bunch of them that start with C. We need 6. One list, please.
Chlorine, California.
Yeah, okay.
I got that, okay.
We'll ask you for one list, please, Captain.
Okay, carbon, calcium, chlorine, californium. That's all we can get.
Okay, well, those are correct. That gives you 20 points. The others are cadmium, copper, cerium, cesium or cesium, chromium, cobalt, and columbium. The gem of the oceanum. You got 20 points. Hey, cool. We have another face-off. We're going for a lanyap of 20 points. He became Archbishop of Canterbury in 1162, but fell into disfavor with his king. In squabbles
Riverdale
about...
Brown.
Thomas Becket.
That's correct. Thomas of Becket. And here's a chance to pick up 20 more. The novel as we know it reached its heights, perhaps, in the 19th century. For 5 points apiece, identify the 19th century British novelists who wrote the following. First, Kim. Who wrote Kim?
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling.
That's right. The Way of All Flesh.
Who cares?
It was Samuel Butler. The Master of Ballantrae. Master of Ballantrae.
Conrad.
No, this was Robert Louis Stevenson. And finally, Great Expectations.
Dickens.
Dickens is correct. 2 of the 4 gives you 10 points. Riverdale. Another face-off. We're going for a lanyap now of 20 points. For a quick 10, what is the name of the pigment in our skin that helps protect you from the sun's rays?
Ecole Classique, Andre.
Keratin.
No, it's not correct. Riverdale, can you take it? Anyone?
Riverdale Brown.
Melanin.
That's right, it is. Melanin for 10 points. Many countries have great epics from the early ages of their literature. For 5 points each, identify the country associated with the following epics. First, Song of Roland is associated with
France.
What? That's right, it is. France for 5. For 5 more, El Cid. El Cid.
Spain.
Correct. Song of the Nibelungs. Nibelungs.
Oh. Switzerland? Sweden?
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
The Norse.
Oh, my goodness.
Norse.
Okay, we got a Germany there.
Germany.
That's Germany. Oh. We're going to have to move along now, folks. The Eddas, E-D-D-A-S. This is the epic of a group of countries.
Rome.
No, these are Scandinavian epics. You got 2 of them. 10 points. No, I don't believe. 10 more points for Riverdale High School. You can understand, we have to speed this pace up. Sometimes I let it lag. I shouldn't, because it is rapid fire. Not rapid fire, but it is quick recall. One way or another, here's a face-off. Now, we're going for a lanyap of 30 points. He was one of the best known and best loved of the French kings. For 10 points, name the King of France, known as the Sun King.
Riverdale Lamia.
Louis XIV.
You got it. Louis XIV. Well, Riverdale is rallying. Here's a lanyap of 30 points. It's a clue question. 30 points if you get in the first clue, 20 on the second, 10 on the third, etc. Number 1. It's a man. This American journalist and political leader was born in Amherst, New Hampshire, February 3rd, 1811, and died November 29th, 1872, in Pleasantville, New York. Remember, journalist and political leader. Can you guess him or guess his name from that clue? All right, let's give you
Oliver Wendell Holmes.
That's a noble effort. Let's try another one, though. That's not the one. For 20 points, he worked as a printer's apprentice from 1831 until 1834, when he founded the New Yorker, a weekly literary and news journal at that time. The original New Yorker.
What's his name?
A little different than its present form. Want to take a stab at him? All right, let's try one more for 10 now. Well, that's all we got is one more for 10. He is probably best remembered as a founder of the New York Tribune, which became his personal mouthpiece, and which soon became an important influence in shaping political and social thought in the Northeast. He popularized the saying, "Go west, young man."
Oh, jeez. That guy? Oh, jeez.
Anyone? Horace Greeley. Horace Greeley.
The Horace Greeley?
Took us all those descriptions to get down to Horace Greeley's statement that everybody remembers him by. Otherwise, who knows? Another face-off. We're going for a lanyap at 20. Early on the morning of April the 6th, 1862, the Confederate Army, under General Albert Sidney Johnston, attacked the forces of Union General Ulysses S. Grant in southwestern Tennessee. The two-day battle, one of the bloodiest of the Civil War.
Riverdale Brown.
Battle of Bull Run.
No,
Sorry.
afraid it's incorrect. We're going to turn it over now to Ecole. We'll repeat in its entirety. Please don't consult. Early on the morning of April the 6th, 1862, the Confederate Army under General Albert Sidney Johnston attacked forces of Union General Ulysses S. Grant in southwest Tennessee. The two-day battle, one of the bloodiest of the Civil War, involved more than 100,000 men and left nearly 24,000 dead or wounded. The South lost one of its finest generals, Johnston, and the North lost its hope of an easy victory. Can you name the battle? For 10 points.
Ecole Classique, Andre.
Battle of Shiloh.
That's it. It was Shiloh. One of the bloodiest 2 days in American history. You have a 20-point lanyap. You all know, of course, that pi r squared is the formula for finding... Oh, my. Both teams put a lot of points on the board, 370 if I can count correctly. We're going to validate this final score, and then we'll be back to tell you who the winner is and how they'll advance on to the quarterfinals. So stay tuned, if you will, right after this.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila for This Old House. Today I got to do a solo on Norm's backhoe. Then the tile setter showed me how to do a mud job. And finally, the roofer gave me a quick lesson on valleys. Backhoes, mud jobs, valleys. Next time on This Old House.
See it Sunday evening at 6:30 on Channel 12.
And here's the final score. It's been validated. Ecole Classique 250, Riverdale 120. Ecole Classique is the winner, and they move into the quarterfinals. Congratulations. Very impressive victory. Tough team. Real tough team. This has been an excellent team, too. And Riverdale, it's just a shame to see you drop out like this. But, you know, when you get down this far, it's not easy. We've got 3 that are going to graduate, right? The 3 ladies. And this young feller here, who's a sophomore?
Sophomore, yes.
I cannot believe that. Mr. Brown. I asked him a moment ago how it was. It's the first year of integration of sexes at Riverdale. You'll pardon the expression. And I said, what is it like to go in there where the girls have controlled everything? What did you tell me, Dave?
It's great visually.
I love it. Ecole, we'll see you back again. Good luck to you ladies after your graduation. Ecole Classique will return in May. They will play the winner of the Jesuit South Terrebonne game. We see you tomorrow.
The questions on Varsity Quiz Bowl are prepared and authenticated by the WIS editorial research staff and known only in advance to the quizmaster, producer, judge, and researcher. All 64 schools participating in our year-long tournament are matched by blind draw. Selections of team members and methods of preparation are the sole responsibility of the schools and their coaches. The preceding program was made possible in part by a grant from Pan American Life Insurance Company.